So this is the disclaimer that this is definitely not a how-to video, because I make a lot of mistakes in the video. And I mean, I don't really make how-to videos anyway. I'm just filming the things that I'm doing. But yeah, at the beginning, it was rough. In the middle, it got really good and it looked pretty good. And then it just all went downhill from there around the like clear coat time frame, unfortunately. Just a lot of mistakes with letting things dry and cure properly. I guess I kind of rushed it. But in the video, you'll see everything. So the end goal was acceptable for what it is, I guess. It looks way better than it did at the beginning. So if you stick around, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm not a painter and this is not a how-to video. I feel like I just got to throw that disclaimer out there because people comment like nasty stuff thinking I'm like some guru and I'm trying to like give advice. I'm not trying to give any advice. I'm just trying to do my thing and kind of document it. So yeah, enjoy. There's a lot of perks to having a nice Yamaha dealership close to you. You can buy parts and stuff. Today I'm going in to get some touch-up paint. We're gonna repaint the cowling on the sketchy John. Honestly, once that gets repainted, I don't think it'll be sketchy at all anymore. I guess I would just snag 2 cans. Okay. Snag 2 cans of that Yamalube Maintenance 08D. Came out to $27.71. Do you think I should go get a can of clear coat? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'm actually not gonna do clear coat because I have another Yamaha 25 and it looks like it was just freshly sprayed with no clear coat. And I mean, it looks fine. So at first, I'm gonna put 2 coats of this spray paint on there and then we'll go from there. If I feel like it needs some clear coat, then we can just do that, you know, later on. This is that other one that I was talking about, which was definitely spray painted, and I don't think that there might be some clear coat. I didn't think there was, but there might be. My finger definitely skates. Whatever. So I might go get some clear coat. I think I have some primer over here. Some automotive primer. This should be fine. This is what we're working with right now. Just have it kind of covered up because that's how ugly it is. Yikes. She's seen better days for sure. I mean, other than this little break right here, she's in good condition. Gonna get these stickers off and then start sanding my life away, I suppose. Hopefully these stickers come off. I doubt it. It's gonna be a real chore. I honestly should probably hit it with some heavy duty paint stripper, but all I have here is Goo Gone. So I guess I'm gonna spray a healthy amount of Goo Gone and let that sit for a little bit before I hit it with the razor blade. I guess this is just gonna soften everything up a little bit. Everything is so brittle right now. So if I try to hit it with a razor blade, it would just come off in a million pieces. Yikes. This is gonna be a pain. I already know. I don't even know if soaking it in Goo Gone is gonna help at all, but we're about to just go for it, I think. Just start scraping. I got these 2 stickers off, and it took a lot of time. Everything's coming off in little teeny tiny pieces. I'm gonna crack away at this and see how far I can get before the sun goes down. It's like a tough spot to be in because the stickers are still kind of too new to just be sanded off. If they were super old and crusty, I could just hit it with the palm sander. But like this red one back here, leaving all this residue, it's just too new. Even these Yamaha stickers, they're still kind of new enough that sanding isn't gonna work. So I have to hit it with the razor blade and then go back again, goo gone all the adhesive, and then razor blade the adhesive as well. This is so bad. I almost have this side done, but like it's coming off in a million pieces. This is gonna be like a 1-minute portion of the video for you, but this is like 10 hours for me. Okay, thankfully I just got all the stickers off, but we're not out of the woods yet because there's still that back layer of adhesive that I'm really hoping just scrapes right off, and then we can get to sanding. That was terrible though. I never want to do that ever again in my entire life. I would pay anybody anything to take that task from me. That adhesive is no joke. It's super stubborn. I used so much Goo Gone on it and nothing happened. So I jumped up to spraying it down with some parts cleaner. And letting it sit for a second. Let me grab some more. I ran out of parts cleaner, but I have some carb cleaner. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this. Let it sit for a second, and then I'll come hit it with the razor blade. It's been sitting for a second. Watch how it just like glides off. Look at that. It would have taken me forever with the Goo Gone. For some reason, it's just not strong enough. This just rips it up. Maybe after I'm done, I'll clean off the inside. If it comes out cool enough, then I'll deem it worthy to clean out the inside. Just drying it off right now. I'm gonna use electrical tape just because it's really all I have right now to just mask off this weather strip. The disclaimer here is that I cut so many corners, and I always do. Not really sure why, but I cut a lot of corners. So if you're a real painter, please just tune out. Don't even watch. I'm not trying to make anything perfect. I guess I'm just trying to make it a little better than it was quickly, if that makes sense. I definitely should use some kind of like high build primer because there's so many scratches and chips in it that I should build up some primer and sand it down. But this is all I had. It does say it's wet sand. Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm gonna douse this with a couple coats of primer is what I'm gonna do, and then just go from there. First coat of primer is down. Got about half a can left. I mean, it looks okay. I'm gonna do 2 coats of primer, probably 2 coats, well, as many coats as I have enough paint for of like the actual color. and then 1 or 2 coats of clear coat. So I mean, we're gonna have a lot of built up paint on here. Hopefully, I mean, it disguises some of those little chips. But like I said before, anything is better than how it looked. It looks so butt ugly. Made it look cheap. So hopefully, there's no chance we make it look worse. Ready for the second coat. Give her a shake. Spraying with the wind, so I don't want to lose too much paint to the wind. So just a nice thick coat this time, and then we'll let it sit for a little bit, and then it's time to put some base coat. Is that what they call it? Like the main color? Is that base coat? I would say it's dry enough and ready for base coat, but it's so windy out here that I don't really want to lose too much of this paint. So I'm gonna put it in here for a little bit and then come back later tonight, put it in front of the fan, whatever. Come back later tonight when it's not as windy and hit it with the expensive stuff. It's the next day and it's definitely had enough time to dry. You can still see some imperfections for sure. Like I said, it wasn't that high build primer that you should probably use. And it's also raining today, so we're gonna try and do our best. I have a stand back here that I'll try and put it on to get some paint on there. This thing, I talk about it all the time. It's like a musician stand or something, and it just is so practical. It comes in handy all the time. I guess I'm just gonna start laying down some base coat and see how she looks. I know I'm probably supposed to lay down the first layer kind of light and then hit it again when it's tacky and then hit it again. I think that's how you do it. But this paint lays down so thin that for some reason it's kind of working putting a more of a thick coat. I'm used to like normal spray paint cans where when you hit it with a thick coat, it'll be runny. But I don't know if the fiberglass material is just so porous that it's soaking it in really well, or if this is just thin paint, but it's not like accumulating and showing runs like other spray paint cans that I've used. So I'm gonna move forward with thick coats all the way around. Okay, I went a little crazy on this side. You can definitely see some runs. But I was hitting it way harder on this side than the other side. So this is the first coat. It's streaky, but I mean, this is one full bottle, and I definitely went overkill for the first coat. And we got full coverage everywhere. I know it's a little bit streaky. If I had a better technique, you could probably get this done with one can. But I mean, I would say it's a little darker than I thought. This is what it should look like, and this is a little bit darker. This one was previously painted, so I'm hoping it dries a little lighter and then hit it with some clear coat, because the one that it's going on the Sketchy John is definitely, I believe, lighter than these. I'm not sure, but this is what it looks like after one coat. I'm gonna let it dry, go inside and eat some lunch. All right, it's been a couple hours, and wow, that feels perfect actually. Good to go for a second coat. You can see this one is still streaky. It looks like the guy who did this one maybe just stopped at one coat. Still a pretty good job though, aside from the streaks. It looks great. This one is already looking better than it did. Not fantastic, but I'm hoping after we finish it, it'll look presentable. Definitely has some good shine already though. So whenever I throw this clear coat on to protect it, I think it'll look pretty good. With how porous the fiberglass was up here, I'm glad that it's kind of building a little shell. I'm kind of just going crazy with it now, just to kind of empty the can and get full coverage and kind of blend some of these lines. I can't tell you enough. I'm definitely not doing this the right way because I really don't know what the right way is. But for myself, I am somewhat happy with how this is coming out. I'm gonna let that dry for a couple of hours and then come finish it off with some clear coat. It's been a couple of hours. I'm just coming in here to spin this around. I have some errands to run. So I'm gonna spin it around so the fan hits the other side, and then, I mean, she feels nice and cured, but I'm gonna let the fan hit this side for a little bit before I come in with some clear coat. Tell you what though, from 8 or 9 feet away, it definitely looks like it doesn't even need clear coat, but the clear coat will just keep it safe. Keep it looking shiny for a long time. I'm shocked with how it looks with no clear coat. But this is super dry now, so time to hit it with some clear. This is what I'm using. I watched some reviews. Obviously it's not the 2K clear, which is like the best clear coat that you can use in spray can form. It has like a 2-part system. But everything else that I looked up said that this stuff was pretty good. So I'm gonna take a crack at it. So I put down the first coat of clear coat and it looks absolutely terrible. It's almost like cracking. I don't really know. Obviously it's like orange peel everywhere. I'm not sure if this is supposed to lay down over time as it dries or what, but right now it looks terrible. It looked way better without the clear coat. This is what it's looking like right now. I don't know if I'm just gonna hope that when I come back for the second coat that it's laid down, because as of right now it looks like hours of wet sanding ahead of me, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine if that's what it takes, but that does not look good. It doesn't even look wet. It looks crunchy. I'm back. It's been like 2 hours and it's terrible. It's so cracked. It just looks like the clear coat didn't jive well with the paint. Maybe let me check the back of this if it says something about it. It didn't say anything about it. I don't know. I do not know what is going on. Definitely just toasted this spot right here. Whatever. I'm gonna hit it with the last coat of clear coat and just, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best quite often in this video, it looks like. Yeah, see, now it kind of just looks like I'm locking in those cracks. So, I don't know. This sucks, man. I put so much work into this. This coat definitely looks more wet, but it just looks like it's locking in those cracks. I don't know what's different about this coat and the last coat, other than it just didn't jive well with the paint that was on it already. Because this definitely looks like the wet look that I was looking for with the first spray. I don't know. I'm gonna do this and then, I don't know. No respirator is such a weird call for me specifically because I have like a phobia of inhaling chemicals. So I don't know what I was thinking. Anywho, in the light, it definitely looks glossy, but up close, you can still see those cracks. I'm not happy, but as I said through this whole video, it looks better than it did, I guess. I'm pissed about the clear coat because it looks so good right before the clear coat. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go to the store and get some high grit wet sandpaper, probably some like 1,000, 1,500, and then let it just dry overnight. I know that it's gonna look cracked, but I'm hoping that it at least looks glossy cracked, and then I'll just hit it with a bunch of wet sanding in the morning, buff it out, and just hope that it looks presentable, and it doesn't look like it's a cracked cowling. From afar, at least. Up close, it's gonna be what it is, but at least from afar, I'm hoping that it looks all right. I might just grab one of these. It's kind of like spongy. I've used them on boats before. They work fine. This just seems to be the easiest. It's the morning after, and it looks terrible. I'm gonna give it hell with this 1200 grit, and I guess just hope for the best. Dang, I need to stop saying that. I keep saying that in this video, and I need to stop. In the sunshine, it almost looks metallic, but it's not. It's just all the cracks. I guess you would call them cracks. I don't know. If your wife's into bad boys, tell her to look away, because I accidentally left this in the car the last time at the car wash. Just kind of soaking both of these things. I can feel the surface area like smoothing down as I pass over it with this. So it might be more shiny by the end, but it looks like alligator skin. Just to see what happens, I'm gonna hit it with some Pro Speed compound in my drill attachment. I'm gonna give that hell as well, and just see if we can make something out of this. I'd say it didn't do anything that the wet sanding didn't do. I'm gonna hit it with some wax and then we'll be done. That yellow wax is drying right now. Give it a little bit in the sunshine, and then I'll come wipe it off, and then we'll throw it on the motor, see how she looks. I was just resting my hand right here, and it moved the paint a little bit while I was wiping this wax off. And it's clear that the paint just wasn't dry. It was dry to the touch, but maybe it wasn't cured all the way. I guess that paint is a little bit different than just like your normal like rattle can from Walmart or whatever. So should have let it dry more because it was probably still moving and breathing or whatever. And then when I sprayed the clear on it, it just kind of got constricted and shriveled up. Whatever, man. Whatever. The other part that sucks is that my tape job just didn't hold up. So my weather stripping got painted too. Here goes nothing. I'll tell you what, the more that I back up, the better it looks. I mean, it looks fine from here. The old 20-footer, it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously, as you get up close, that could just look like normal sun cracking, though. Maybe it doesn't look like I'm responsible. Yeah, it does. Who are we kidding? Dude, no big deal. I'm happy with that. Going back to what it did look like, this is way better, way more cohesive. Let's see. Yeah, man. I'm like all in like 25, 30 bucks. Maybe 40. Yeah, but I can't complain with that. I mean, I could easily complain because I was so stupid. I'm the one who made the mistakes. But at the end of the day, it does look way better. And I'm gonna throw the cover back on anyway. Let it cure for a couple days, whatever. And then I'll throw the cover back on. Regardless, we got a lot going on with the Sketchy John. I got this grab bar that I'm gonna kind of rig this thing up to turnbuckle it down in the next video. But as far as where we are right now, I'm happy. Could I be happier? Yeah, I guess. It'd probably look even better if I got some decals, which I'll look on Etsy or something, see if there's some cheap decals somewhere. But there she lies. This is our end product. At least for now. I don't know if there's a way to fix it. But she's on there.